Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. So in this series, I am showing you my journey of buying my very first home. So I'm gonna walk you through everything that happens from the home search to making an offer, inspections, everything like that, and to eventually being able to close and finally get my first house. I am doing this by myself, a single woman. If I can do it, other people can too. So hopefully this helps motivate someone through their home search process. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss anything that happens along the journey. So today is Friday, December 17th. It is 9:16 p.m. and I just learned that I'm not gonna get the house, and I also lost $6,766.81. I wanted to talk about it now while everything is like fresh and just give like a very real, candid conversation of how I feel so that you guys know what it also feels like to lose a house and also the money that you put in for that house. But then also so that I can look back at this in the future, because today is not a good day, but I know that eventually all of this will make sense and it'll feel not as disappointing. And let's start at the beginning. So I'm sure, as you guys should know by now, I put in the offer for the house. The house was listed at $340,000. Because of how competitive this market is, I offered above listing. So I offered $345,000. On top of that, because of what state I'm in, I have to do something called a due diligence. And in my state, what that means is it's a non-refundable amount of money. And it's basically you saying like, oh, I really want this house and I want it so much that I'll give you money that you can keep. Like you'll never have to give it back to me no matter what. And yeah, so it's not refundable, right? And if they don't accept your offer, they don't get the money. But if they do accept your offer, that is guaranteed money for them. So I did $5,000 in due diligence. And then I also have to do something called earnest money, which is kind of the same thing, except it is refundable. If something were to happen, I can get that money back. That's $1,000. So that is the money that I included in my offer. So I offered $345,000, $5,000 in due diligence, $1,000 earnest money. They accepted, and I went through the whole closing process, which is basically like a 1-month period where you have time to inspect the house and make sure that it's good and everything. That's also the time when you get the appraisal, and that is what really messed me up. The appraisal is when the bank sends out, your lender sends out an appraiser to see how much the house is worth. So in this case, I'm paying $345,000, right? Or at least that's what I'm willing to pay. That's what I agreed to pay. But the bank needs to check to make sure that house is actually worth that amount of money. And if it's not worth that, the bank is not going to loan that. They will only loan what the house is worth. So this whole time, I haven't been telling people about me, my offer being accepted, because I know that this is not the finish line. The finish line is me sitting at closing signing my life away, right? I've just been trying to keep it like very on the low because I don't want to tell people like, "Hey, I got a house," when like that's not solidified yet. Because I was worried about the appraisal for the most part. And so today, well, no, sorry, today's Friday. On Wednesday, I learned that the house appraised for $320,000, which is $25,000 less than what I offered, which is a very bad thing for me because the bank is only going to loan me $320,000 because that's what it's worth. So instead, I'll have to come up with the difference. So I would have to come up with $25,000 cash. I'm not rich. I'm not. I do not have money like that. I do not have access to that type of money. I don't. And I got that news yesterday at like 4:50 something p.m. And at 5:30 p.m. I was supposed to meet my contractor and my realtor to look at the things in the house that I want to change. And I called my realtor and I was like, "What's even the point of going over there? Because I can't pay that." Like I wanted to cry because what's the point in even going over there? And she was like, "No, it's like we'll negotiate. Still come over and we'll still look at the house." So I do that. We go over, we look at the house, and once the contractor leaves, we're standing there talking, and she's like, we'll negotiate. We'll ask them to just bring the price down to $320. And she was like, "I'll explain to them you're a first-time home buyer, you don't have money like that." And she was saying like it's even in their best interest just to lower it down to the true value of the home, because if this deal doesn't go through with me, they're just gonna have to put it back on the market, and they're gonna have to go through this whole thing all over again, and they'll run into the same problem unless the buyer is someone who has tens of thousands of dollars just laying around. At that point they may just be like a cash buyer, right? So that was Wednesday, and since then we've been waiting to hear if they'll lower the price. And today's Friday, around like 5 or 6, my realtor reached out to me and she said that she heard back from them. Okay, this is what she said. The seller is willing to drop the price to $329,900, so $330, and also keep the $2,000 in repair credit. This would mean I would have to bring $7,900 to the table. She then went on to say I can try to get them to meet us at a lower price, say $325,000. What would you like to do? I told her, thanks for the update. I need to think about this because if like what I don't understand their logic behind like, oh, this is a first-time home buyer, let's just bring the price down to $330. That's still $10,000 over what it's worth. Like, just because I don't have $25,000 around, you think I have $10,000 just laying around? I don't, because you know what? I also, if everything worked out and I could actually get this house, I would have to pay $3,000 to break the lease on my apartment. I would also have to pay to move all of my stuff to the new place. I would also have to buy a new washer and dryer. I would have to buy a refrigerator. I would have to, I guess I don't have to, but I want to do the renovations to the home, which is like doing certain things in the kitchen and removing a wall downstairs and eventually doing the bathroom, I probably wouldn't have enough money to do the bathroom all at once. But those other things, like those are all things that I want to do, especially the things in the kitchen, because honestly, I don't think I would want to live there if I couldn't do the things in the kitchen that I want to do. So y'all know I've been saving money for a year. Immediately, like $7,000 of that was gone in the closing costs, because I had to pay. I already told you I had to pay the $5,000 for due diligence, $1,000 for earnest money, $675 for all the inspections, and then $575 for the appraisal. And I'm petty, so I also remembered how much it cost, because I had to mail the checks for the due diligence and the earnest money. I had to mail that to the seller, and it cost me $16.81 to mail that. So yeah, I'm like, the money that I had saved up, like a big cut is already gone. And for me, like I don't have another 10,000. And even if we did she was like, maybe we could try at 325. That's still me coming up with 5,000, and I can't do everything. And then still do all the other stuff that I want to do. And it's like I I can't do everything. And sorry, I'm trying to calm down. Like I don't have enough money to do everything, and I think I put in an offer on this home because I was like, ooh, this is something that could work. And not because, ooh, I'm in love with this house. It's more so like I could make this work. And from the moment that my offer got accepted, I had instant buyer's remorse. Like instant buyer's remorse. Like I wasn't happy when I got the email that my offer was accepted. I don't think I've actually been happy about this since I realized that it was happening. It's just like I got on a roller coaster ride, and like they did the seatbelts and put down the gate, and it's like, well, I'm in this now, so I just gotta ride it out. And just going through like this whole process, because it's been almost a month. I was supposed to close December 30th. It's just been, waiting to get to this moment of what it's going to appraise for. And this whole time just going back and forth in my mind, like, oh, I can make it work. I can like change these things in the kitchen. I can change the bathroom upstairs. It's plenty of space upstairs, and I can make it work with the space downstairs. But then on the other side, my mind's just telling me like, it's not enough space. It's not enough space downstairs. You can make it work, but it's going to be tight. That kitchen, like who's going to want to move in after you because that kitchen's too small? Who's going to want to live there because the kitchen's too small, the living room's too small? Like you're not going to be able to resell it. It's going to be hard to get renters. And then over here, it's like, but it's a good location. And, it has a garage, and it's an in-unit townhome. It has all these windows. And then over here, it's like, but there's no space. Like it's not laid out in a way where it has a good space. So I've just been like battling with myself this whole time. And at one point I was talking to God about it, and I was like, God, if this is something for me, then let it be for me. And if it's something that you want me to have, I'll have it. And if it's something that you don't want me to have, or if it's something that's going to be a financial burden on me, then don't let me have it. And then this happened today, learning that they're not going to lower the price down to what it actually is worth. It's like, it seems as though God is telling me that I shouldn't get this, that he doesn't want me to have it. which is like, but if not this, then what? Because I'm already out almost $7,000. Like, that's $7,000 spent that I'm never going to see back. At this point, I have to start saving all over again. I still have money saved, but I lost 7,000 of it. So now I'm going to have to like restart my savings, or rebuild my savings rather. So it's like I had this goal to get a house this year, and I was going to close on December 30th, and it's going to be like, oh, I made it. One day to spare, but I made it. And now it's like, well, I didn't make it. I didn't make it at all. And at this point, it's like, well, when am I going to make it? And I'm scared now to even try again, because this is going to keep happening. This was the fourth time that I made an offer. On the fourth offer, it finally got accepted. But then I got to this point with the appraisal. I'm not one of the people who can just pay the difference of whatever I offered versus what it's actually worth. I'm not one of those people. I don't want to be one of those people. It doesn't make any sense to me to pay more than what something is worth. I just like what, so I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to do in the future? Am I just not supposed to be a homeowner now or anytime in the foreseeable future? And it just feels like I've done everything right. Like I saved up my money. I improved my credit score. Just trying to do things right, trying to do things the smart way. It's like I can try to do things right, but I still don't win in the end. So I don't know. I don't know what happens next. I wish that I could like end this on a happier note. Use this as a cautionary tale, I guess, that don't ever put in an offer on a home unless you are truly in love with it. All parts of it, not just some, all of it. Love the whole thing. And even if you do put in an offer on a home and that offer gets accepted, just know that there's still the appraisal process that can come with the attempt to steal your joy. So, life, that's one, it's a good teacher, is it not? Never got to learn that lesson again. So yeah, I guess that's the bright side of it. We learned a lesson today. I learned it for you, so now you never have to learn that yourself. There you go. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I don't know when you guys will see this, because as I said, it's December 17th. I'm sure I'll be in a much better mental place by the time you guys see this, but it was a rough day today. Hope your day was better than mine. Until next time.